Hello, my name is Sarah Block, and these are lessons developed for the course Principles of Teaching and Learning in the Inclusive Secondary Classroom with Professor David Nuremberg. The unit addresses interpreting functions Algebra 1 Common Core State Standards. There are 3 lessons that are part of the unit to help students master these standards. Students will work in groups of 4 or pairs of 2 throughout the unit. Direct instruction will be brief and limited. It is important that students have a deep conceptual understanding of the standards in this unit as they will interpret functions throughout their mathematical courses. We posted our lessons on the website that we built. This is a tour of my website. Lesson 1, Fabulous Functions, is an introductory lesson to the unit and includes a diagnostic assessment to determine prior knowledge of functions from 8th grade mathematics. There are 3 different assessment activities in Lesson 1. The main part of the lesson consists of 2 activities. First, we'll do a brief activity for 2 key terms, function and relation, where students work in small groups to think of real-world examples of functions and relations, and next play a game. The next activity will be a group investigation where students will use a program called Fractal Grower that they can use to explore recursion visually. The purpose of this activity is to introduce them to the concepts and terms of recursion, sequence, function. The resources for this lesson are on the website, or a warm-up unit cover sheet for students' notebooks, the lesson plan, slides, a student worksheet for the Fractal Grower group project, and a description of the assessments that includes a link to the Google form. Lesson 2, the Fibonacci sequence. In this lesson, students will learn about a particular recursive sequence called the Fibonacci sequence, which is specifically mentioned in the Common Core State Standards. As a class, we will model the sequence via whole class game. We'll follow up with a brief class discussion, and then we'll watch a 4-minute video on some of the surprising patterns in nature that this particular sequence models, and follow that with a brief whole class discussion of their observations. Next, students will work in pairs of 2 on an activity where they learn to use a spreadsheet to enter a recursive formula, and next write their own recursive formula that they can call with their own names. This lesson includes a formative assessment through an activity where they model the Fibonacci sequence using the spreadsheet. The resources in this lesson are the lesson plan, assessment description, student worksheet, and slides. Lesson 3, Analyzing Credit Cards. In this lesson, students will apply the mathematical concepts they learned in this unit on functions to real-world application of understanding credit cards using recursion. I introduced the lesson with a discussion of what students know about credit cards and how they work. Next, there are 3 20 to 30-minute small group activities to help them understand the material. The first is a hands-on simulation of credit cards where students work in groups of 4. Next, they work with a credit card simulator, and the third activity, they'll work in pairs on a spreadsheet modeling credit card payments. As a summative assessment for the unit, they'll complete a group project that demonstrates their proficiency in the unit standards. For their group project, students will create a product of their choosing that demonstrates their understanding of how interest rates work mathematically, what relevance this has, and how to interpret credit card offers. That will be intended as a PSA for young college students navigating credit card offers. They will demonstrate their knowledge of the math standards with an individual component of the project. They will present their projects to a representative from a local bank who will provide feedback. The resources for this lesson include the lesson plan, slides, spreadsheet examples, student project materials, and CTM credit card simulator and rubric. Thanks for watching my lesson, and I hope if you have any questions, you'll let me know. Thank you.